Hey y'all, so it's been a long time coming with this video. I'm sorry it took so long, but it seems like I went through so much hell just to get it uploaded. But anywho, so right now I'm going to show you, this is just the inside of the wig. Yeah, the wig was hand stitched. I did do a video on that, so you can kind of look at that video before this. So right here I'm just showing you that before I pluck the closure, I do spritz it with a little water. As you can tell, this closure is it does come like pre-plucked, so it's not really much plucking you need to do on the very front of it. I really don't do any plucking in the front. I'm just kind of showing you guys right here how I actually pluck. I just pluck, skip a spot, pluck, skip a spot, so I'm not constantly plucking in the same spot. And that was just to give you an idea of it. I wasn't really plucking, but what I do go ahead and pluck a little bit is the back, like kind of where the hairline becomes full at. I kind of thin that out some because I feel like it's so thick, so it doesn't give it like a gradient looking effect. So if that make any sense to you. So yeah, I go ahead and part it where that's thick at, and spray a little water on that as well, and then I start plucking. I just pluck and skip, pluck and skip. It's really no right and wrong way to pluck. All I would say is that my advice would be, when you're plucking, to make sure that you're plucking in, like, you're constantly plucking but not in the same spot. Like, don't constantly pluck in the same area, and just pluck a little bit and then go ahead and comb it out so you can see if your area is like gradually thinning or not. I would say to work in sections instead of like going straight across. Maybe do it into like 3 sections, like do one side first, do the other side, and then do the middle. That way, you know, you're doing one section at a time and you're not like kind of overwhelming yourself with it. If that make any sense. But it's not really any right or wrong way to pluck. I mean, you know, you just get whatever groove works for you. Make sure that you're actually tugging the hair and you're not just like going back and forth tweezers and not really like touching anything. But yeah, as you go, if you have a really, it just depends on, I guess you would say, depends on the density of your hairline. If it's really thick, you're going to have to pluck way more, of course. If it's kind of already thin, then just watch what you're doing. Like I said, with this, you could kind of get away with not plucking if you didn't want to pluck at all. I just like to thin that little part out that's in the back. To me, it's like a little thicker and it just look a little better if I thin it out a little bit. But of course, I'm not going to do too much plucking because it wouldn't make any sense. But I think it looks better that way. I don't know if you can tell a difference. I can tell a difference for me. But it's all personal preference, you know. You don't want to really like over pluck either. So, I would say you just pluck and try it out on your head. I mean, if you like it, then, you leave it that way. If you feel like it needs a little more plucking, then you can pluck it while it's on your head. So it's just going to be something that just comes with practice, just practice it and eventually you'll get better at it. So for this wig, initially, I'm going to go ahead and wear it in a middle part because I don't really have a reason why. I think I just want to do it in the middle part. I'm also going to be flat ironing it. So my first look, I'm just going to go ahead and put it in the middle part. And all I do is part it into the middle part that I want it to be in. And then I'm going to start flat ironing the hair. But this is my Brazilian Bodywave hair. Because I want to flat iron it, I'm just going to go ahead and spray some Chi Iron Guard on it. I did blow dry through it a little bit because, I don't know, in my mind, I feel like if I blow dry some of the waves out, it's a little easier to flat iron. But it's not necessary. It just depends on what you want to do. This hair is Bodywave, but it will press out. If you put heat on it, it will become straight. If you want to curl it, it will curl. It's some really good hair, even though it's mine. I might sound biased, but yeah, it's really good. I go ahead and flat iron. I'm using my Sultra flat iron, and I just do the chase method, normal chase method. It's the way I flat iron all my hair. I just, comb it out, put the comb there, and then chase the comb with the flat iron, and that's basically how I get a really good silk press. I don't really rush through it either. I kind of take my time, let the heat settle through. And yeah, generally 2 passes is fine. You can do 1 pass if you just want to, slowly move through it and let the heat get to it. But yeah, I'm not going to show you guys the whole thing because it's just way too much to show. But as you can see, the hair does get really, really straight. And then, when you press it out, the ends do look like it's a little thinner. But the hair is really, really full. So, looks are a little deceiving. I could have actually done with less hair, really, because when I got done, I realized, like, it's really a lot of hair. It's so thick. When I get to the top section of the wig, I'm going to use my Cara wax stick. This helps with taming the flyaways, and it really helps give you a really, really good press, and it just helps it look really flat. Like, so I'll use the wax stick, and then I'll use like my flat iron and like hot comb in combination with each other. And it's basically just a great combination. It's just what I do. So I pass it over after I use a flat iron. I pass it over with my hot comb. You guys, when you're using a hot comb and you're by your lace, be very careful because that comb will definitely melt your lace. I have done it multiple times because the hot comb is really, really hot, and so you just have to be careful. You have to be careful with it or it will melt your lace. So make sure you like kind of light-handed with it and you don't have a habit of sitting the comb on the lace because it will take like a half a second to go ahead and melt it away. And then, yeah, it's not a good thing at all. And so I'm just going to do the same thing for both sections. I'm just going to, the entire front section. I'll just put the Cara wax stick on it, flat iron it with my Sultra flat iron, and then use the hot comb. Okay, so when I get ready to install the wig, I just go ahead and set it on my head. I typically cut the wig after I have it on, after I glue it down. This wig don't have to be glued down, you guys. It's just really personal preference. I just decided to glue it down, and then later on I ended up taking the glue out anyway. But I did use the Bold Hold, the Extreme Hold cream. It's the regular one, not the active one. And just put 2 coats of that, let it dry. I kind of did let it dry all the way. That's why you can kind of see that little white cast right there. But it's no big deal. I'll just go ahead and put some powder on it. And so I'm going to make me a few baby hairs. I'm not really a baby hair person, so like I'm not like the best with it. Yeah, because I really don't do it much. I don't really get much practice, so I probably should work on that. But anyways, I went ahead and put some Naomi foam lotion on the baby hairs, and I went ahead and just cut them a little bit. And I'm just gonna put a little bit more of the foam lotion on there. Foam lotion and a combination of Got To Be Glue gel in the black container. Yeah, the black bottle. Once I lay my baby hairs, I go ahead and tie it up with the wax strips. And then I just go ahead and flat iron my hair a little bit. Well, pass the flat iron through it. While the wrap is setting my baby hairs. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cut the wrap off. And after I cut the wrap off, I kind of brushed through my baby hairs a little bit because then it looks kind of all plastic and white and hard a little bit. But anyways, they look a little softer afterwards. I did go through and like brush them a little bit.